for under 100 grand. This is someone's coach right here. 265, 650 is wholesale book, and that's what we're selling this coach for.
This is a floor plan we've never seen on the channel.
First time diesel, or you're looking for that second, third, $300,000, we have you covered. We price these things ready to sell, and we want this coach to go to a good home.
We are always trying to find you guys the best deals on luxury motor coaches, and today we found some wholesale deals on some very affordable coaches. We're here at RV Select in Seffner, Florida with Jared. How you doing today, sir?
Good to see you again, guys. Thanks for coming back.
Always great to see you, and we were here a couple weeks ago, and your inventory is completely turned over since then. What do you got going on here today?
So today we're going to show you pretty much everything. As you see behind us, we got some really heavy metal we're going to see some medium 100 to 150 ranges, bunk bed, bath and a half. We have every option. So whether it's your first time diesel or you're looking for that second, third, $300,000, we have you covered.
Yeah, a lot of great deals, wholesale deals.
Yes, sir.
You're usually wholesaling. You started to dabble in retail more and more in the last several months, but you've been in business for how many years now?
We started this company in 2008, so almost 20 years.
And how many RVs a month do you typically sell?
Depending on the time of year, anywhere from 120 to 150 coaches a month.
Yeah, so a high volume dealer. Usually you're selling a lot of these coaches to other dealerships out there.
All the big box stores come and buy from me. So whatever the retail customer doesn't come and buy from me, at the end of the month, all the dealers come in and buy me out. So that's why you see a whole new fresh of inventory. When you see me last time, we did 85 coaches in the last 2 weeks. And then we just got our new shipment last Thursday today. We got 42 coaches in. So that's what you're gonna see today. It's the first shipment of 40. And then of course you'll have, by the time this video comes in, you'll probably see 3, 4, 5 more coaches coming in.
Yeah, some great wholesale opportunities to the public available, but where do you source all of these different coaches from? How are you able to get these deals so cheap?
Yeah, we're getting them from private individuals from all over 48 states. We're getting them from dealerships. Some dealers only kill their travel trailers and they don't want to deal with the higher metal. We buy that higher metal from them. We have higher end dealers that don't want Class C's and travel trailers or fifth wheels, anything under 150, and we buy from them. So any way we can get a coach, we'll get it, but we only buy gently used RVs. So we have to only buy really quality coaches because the big stores come and trust us, because when they buy a coach from us, they want to put it right on the showroom floor and mark it up. So that's why we only have 30 days for a private individual to come, buy a nice coach and have a great savings before the big box stores come and buy me out.
Yes, sir. I know you guys are working on some slim margins here to keep moving these coaches quickly and turning them over. Now, we're going to try to get this video live as quickly as possible before these coaches all get turned over. Real quick, before we take a look at some of these coaches here today, I want to show you guys some of Jared's numbers. So if we can just put the price list on the screen for a few seconds, just so you could see some of the insane deals they have here.
And just because that unit isn't on that sheet doesn't mean we can't get it or don't have something come in, and that is just in the last 7 days of what you're seeing on the sheet. Like I said, we get between 120 to 150 coaches a month. If you're in the market to buy a coach, give us a call. More likely, we're going to have a coach for you soon.
Yeah, we're going to go take a look at some coaches right now, but if you go back and you just hit pause on that sheet, you can kind of take a longer look at that inventory. We'll play that again at the end of the video, but let's take a look at some coaches.
Let's go look at them.
I know you've got a lot of Integra product, a lot of Newmar product, but Integra Anthem here, Spartan K2 chassis. What's the story with this coach?
So this is a 19 Integra Anthem 44F bath and a half. It only has 30,000 miles, and we were asking $268,800 for this coach.
Yeah, a lot of coach for the money.
Yes.
And bath and a half floor plan?
Yes, sir.
Do you think we could take a quick look at the inside?
Let's go take a look at it.
Awesome, yeah. So Cummins 450 with a 15,000 pound towing capacity, Spartan K2 chassis. This is a lot of coach for the money, real nice sweet spot. So the interior of this coach is super clean, no funny smells. I mean, that's something, I have an insanely sensitive nose, so any little smells I'm gonna pick up that a lot of people won't even pick up, but smells nice and clean in this coach. I love these wood floors. What's the story with this coach?
So we just got this coach in a couple days ago, and it just came out of our detail department. As you can see, the floor is polished. We got it from an individual. They just hit their peak and they're just done RVing, and that's where most of the coaches that we get from, they're not trading in, they're just looking to be done RVing, and that's when we pick them up. And as you can tell, the customer kept this thing in immaculate condition.
Yeah, that's something, if someone does have an RV they want to sell and you want to get a quick check, Jared's always putting bids on coaches.
Yeah, 2015 or newer, Class C, B, or A, we can give you a cash on the spot and we can pick it up within 2 days.
Awesome, yeah. Yeah, I love the this Anthem, no carpet. It's got more of a marine woven vinyl look. All the leather seems to be in good condition with the theater seating there.
Love the lighting, like you said, the two-tone brown colors that go with each other. Gray floors. Bath and a half option, full-size refrigerator, a lot of coach here.
You know, one of the things I really like about this Anthem is you do have this touch panel, but then we also have the hardwired switches. So for your lighting, your blinds, you've just got hardwired switches up front. Or if you want to come individually, you know, control your lighting, your blinds. I believe this has heated floors. Yep, it's got heated floors. Here you can monitor your climate control, your, you know, tank levels, all that good stuff. Good size half bathroom, and I love all the indirect lighting, like you can see here, glowing off these high gloss tile floors. Plenty of room in the half bathroom, and then here in the rear suite, we've got a king size bed and cool bedding here. All the cool little design stuff Integra does is always impressive. And then we've got a flat floor coming into this huge rear bathroom, and then a walk-in closet. Now, there's a small step up into this walk-in closet, but we've got a washer and dryer back here, you know, shoe cubbies, the double vanity sinks. I love this backsplash. Love the two-tone cabinets. Just a really nice coach. And Jared, what'd you say the money on this coach is?
This coach is $268,800 with 30,000 miles on the coach.
Great opportunity for someone. And can you help folks get financing?
Well, absolutely. We have financing. If you want warranties, we offer everything the big stores offer.
And can you take in trades as well?
Yes, sir. We offer trades.
Awesome. Well, I know you've got a lot more coaches for us to look at today. Can we take a look around?
Let's go look.
I know you like Integra product, but here we've got the big brother to the Anthem, the Cornerstone with the Spartan K3 chassis, bigger motor. What's the story on this coach?
This is a 19 Cornerstone 45F bath and a half with 27,000 miles on the coach for $335,000.
Yeah, this is gonna have a 20,000 pound towing capacity, Cummins X15 with 605 horsepower if you're towing a stacker trailer. And I'm sorry, what was the money on this again?
$335,000.
And under 30,000 miles on it?
30,000 miles.
On the back of this Cornerstone, this is something super expensive. Looks like a golf cart, like hydro lift.
Golf cart, and what's nice is you can have the option how it drops down. Drive the golf cart up, and you can also tow your vehicle behind it. And this is all included with the coach.
Do you think you could put a motorcycle on here as well,
Absolutely.
or just a golf
you can put
cart?
two motorcycles on this. That's why you have two different brackets right here to be able to put two motorcycles on that coach.
Yeah, I know these hydro lifts aren't cheap. What if someone wanted to buy something like that? What do you think that would cost?
They're like 15, 17 grand. Some of these, some of them are 10 to 17, depending on all the options, but they're expensive.
And that's included in the price you said?
I bought it with it. It's going with it.
Wow, that's a great opportunity if you want to bring your golf cart or motorcycles with. Really nice color combination, and we got a lot of stuff to look at here. Here's a Newmar New Air, that's a deal. Some Tiffin product, a lot more, but let's take a quick peek at this Cornerstone here. Now this is kind of a unique floor plan with this large, I think this would be great for entertaining. Now you've got the theater seating, definitely more of a couples coach. I don't think this is really set up for families.
No, this is just, hey, you and your wife, or two people, and just hitting the road.
Yes, sir, but you got the Samsung TV, a fireplace. If you had like a buffet style setup, or I'm trying to think of the versatility of
great
this.
for tailgates.
Yeah,
Come all the way
definitely.
across here, right here, if you're a big football fan.
Some nice drawer space here. You do have outlets and USB ports and Integra galley here. Lots of nice indirect lighting. Beautiful backsplash. The multi-level countertops there. This will extend out here. Again, you can see indirect lighting. And
this is how the customer kept it. He was so proud he kept it in a barn, and we just got this coach at 5 o'clock this morning. So this is how the coach came in. You can see another well-kept coach. This hasn't been through our detail. This is the first time I'm even seeing the coach walking in this thing, and you can see how the customer kept this unit.
yeah, the lights are very bright in this coach. I almost wonder if they didn't update the light bulbs or probably change those out. Beautiful flooring. Again, no smells. I'm sensitive to smells, but super clean coach. Bath and a half here. And in the Cornerstone, you're going to see little touches like this vent cover that matches the cabinets. The Anthem that we were just in had a vent with a fan, but just not those nice little touches. And of course that, indirect lighting behind the countertop there. And I mean, here you go. This is, we're in Florida. You're telling a story of a previous owner when they've got these little, moisture, just those little details of an owner that's taken that extra time to do little stuff like that to care for the coach. Just really tells a story when they get to be a few years old like this. You can section off your rear suite back here. King size bed. You've got a ceiling fan in your bedroom. Again, a flat floor coming into the rear bathroom. This is a very similar floor plan to that Anthem that we just saw, a little bit different, but we still have the double sinks here, the two-tone vanity, good size shower, and then this rear closet with a sliding door. We've got a full walk-in closet back here with the washer and dryer. Lots of nice shelving with the AC ducted into the rear closet as well. And you know, these sinks right here, this is like something you're gonna see in like those $2-3 million coaches. You know, the Cornerstone's gonna have lots of little updates that, you know, add that extra cost over what we saw in that last Anthem. But a really nice unit for someone. And you said
$335,000, and again, under 30,000 miles on this coach.
A great opportunity for someone, but let's see what else Jared has for us here. Now, this is a coach I get really excited about.
Yes.
Newmar New Air.
Yes.
Nice exterior colors with the silver, a slight navy blue, white. This is going to be the nicest coach under 36 feet on the market.
Absolutely.
Nothing's better than the New Air out there in this length.
Not even close.
Yeah, what's the year, miles, price? What's the story?
This is a 19 Newmar New Air with 28,000 miles, and we're asking $217,700 for this coach.
$217 for a Newmar New Air. Now, in 19, they had the 450 or 360 or 380 Cummins option.
It does not have the 450.
Okay, so it's got the
smaller
smaller
engine
with the rear radiator,
Yes,
but still all those high quality touches. They call this like the Baby King Air.
Oh, absolutely.
You can see it's got the higher profile with the bigger patio awnings. You know, you're not going to find other coaches at this length with, you know, all those cool little creature comforts. And I think the interior is where you guys are going to really see where this coach shines. But under, you said 217?
217,700, and I can't wait to see you some of this higher end finishes in this coach.
Yeah, this is the 3345 floor plan. This coach does it for me, and all the little touches, like even the ceiling treatment here where the AC is, that's over the top with that woven wood look and heated tile floors. I kind of say this was like how the C8 Corvettes were, you know, just super sought after. Not a lot of supply and demand out there on these.
I mean, all the details in this coach with all the lights and just the touches and stuff like that. I mean, like you said, it's a high-end coach and almost like a dynamite. You know, small little bit package right here.
Yes, sir.
I've already had a couple of dealers reach out to me about this coach because of supply and demand, but I'm holding off for the public for this to be someone's right coach for them.
I would jump on this deal here if you're really looking for a deal on a New Air. Probably, this has got to be the cheapest New Air in the country, I would bet.
Not even close.
Yes, sir. Let's take a quick look. It says smaller coach. You know, this is going to be, if you're going to the national parks, smaller places, you know, driving this, I say it's a little bit bigger than a Sprinter van. You know what I mean? It's just super easy to drive. It's got the emergency egress door. I'm a huge fan of this option, not only for, you know, an emergency, but also just for loading stuff into the coach. You've got that beautiful tile work in the shower, you know, very high end, like what you would find in the luxury Newmar product. You know, it's got a Fisher Paykel dishwasher. And then back here, one of my favorite parts about the New Air is the cathedral ceilings in the rear bedroom. This is going to have the tallest ceilings in a production motorhome bedroom. A lot of the Newmar product, they do the cathedral ceilings in the rear bathroom, but because this is a shorter coach, they were able to do it in the entire rear bedroom, so it just gives it a nice open feel. Even though it's not as long, you definitely have that open, large feel, and I like that indirect lighting. So many nice little touches. You've got a washer and dryer back here. Now, this is a queen size bed, so you're gonna have to snuggle up a little closer to your honey in this coach, but a great opportunity for someone. I would jump on this one right away, because this coach, they don't have a pre-owned motorhome factory, and once this one's gone, it's gone. So I would snap this up right away if you're serious. Now, right next to this New Air is gonna be a pretty close competitor, not quite as nice as the New Air, but 33AA.
Yes, sir.
Tiffin Red.
Yeah, Tiffin Red, 2021 model.
Now, you said this coach just rolled in. I mean,
you can see
it's pretty dirty. It looks like
got
it's
the dirty. Like I said, I'm sorry about this, guys, but listen, I'm just now getting some of these coaches in, but by the time this video comes out, these things will be washed and detailed and ready to go.
Yeah, and you got some other stuff under 100 grand that we're gonna take a look at in a second, but this is a cool coach. Now, what's the miles and money on this?
This right here is a 21 red, again, 33A with 10,000 miles, under $200,000, $199,999.
Under 200 grand, very sought after Tiffin. I think you guys are gonna like this, another compact, shorter coach.
Love the colors.
Now, this is about the same size as that New Air, but this really feels open and kind of a unique floor plan here with this office desk setup up front here.
A little bit different, but if you're working from the outdoors or homeschooling kids, it's a perfect setup. And look how much room do you feel like you have in under a 35-foot coach. I mean, one thing you can see right here, I just was noticing, you can look how these people, there's still plastic on the bottom of this stuff right here.
I like the color palettes in here, really nice tile flooring through here. And, you know, again, we've got the hardwired switches, and then it also has a touch panel. So I like having that versatility. Now, this is a mid-bath coach, so just a nice, decent-sized mid-bath here. You do have a vent with a fan, and not quite as many of the high-end little touches like we saw on the New Air, but this is gonna be a little bit newer, a little less miles than that New Air, a little less money. Is this the same motor in this coach as that New Air, do you know?
This is a 360 horsepower.
Yeah, they're both 360s.
Both yeah.
Yes, sir.
Both under 400.
Yep, and then nice rear suite back here. Now this does not have those cathedral ceilings like we saw in that New Air, but nice fixed TV, closets along the back of the coach. Then you have your washer and dryer here. USB ports on both sides of the bed. And this is gonna be an RV king size bed, so a little bit bigger bed. Real nice option for someone under 200 grand. You've got some deals here. And you'll take in trades, help people with financing?
Absolutely. We'll take boats, travel trailers, motorhomes, whatever you got, vehicles, trucks, cars, we take it all on trade.
And one thing that it's just coming to my thought right now, when you get these coaches at these wholesale numbers and folks are getting financing, I know the banks are loaning money, based on what market value is on a coach. So when you're giving folks a smoking deal on this, I bet you that makes it easier on the banks to help folks get financing with less money out of pocket. Are you able to get creative at all on the financing?
Absolutely. And I tell you, banks come to us all the time like, you're selling these things this cheap? Because they're used to working with large retailers. So yeah, we can do this. And it allows people to get better rates, better financing. And sometimes in particular, when someone's looking at as aggressively we have these things priced, people might think they can only get a 19 or 20 model, when you can buy a 22 from me and get a better deal.
Yeah, and I mean, they can go 10, maybe even 20 years on some of these terms.
Up to 20
keep
years.
Payments super low as well.
Absolutely. And rates are going down now, which is great. Of course, it's all dependent on your credit.
When I know, later model, lower mile stuff,
Absolutely.
the banks prefer to loan on that rather than, once they get over 10 years old, a little trickier to get financing on them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now here's a late model Ventana. I could tell it's got the more updated paint job, emergency egress door. I'm a huge fan of these Ventanas.
Yes.
You're still getting that Newmar quality,
yes,
but not as expensive as some of those higher end Newmar models.
Absolutely. When you talk about the Dutch Stars and King Air, you're talking 300 to 500. They get a value under 300 grand for a 22 model. You're getting a 22, same floor plan, the 4369, the very popular, with 16,000 miles. And when we say we're wholesale, we're wholesale. 265, 650 is wholesale book, and that's what we're selling this coach for.
Wait, 265,
650
for a 22 Ventana,
yes,
4369 floor plan.
With 16,000 miles and the 4369 floor plan. I get excited about this coach.
I'm fired up about this. I want to see the interior. Is there something funky going on, or how are you able to price it so low?
We price these things ready to sell, and we want this coach to go to a good home.
Man, this is a great opportunity here. This even has that new Newmar smell to it, that same, Mennonite craftsmanship here when you look at the cabinets. And I love the way they do the ceilings here with the center ducted air. You said 265, 650?
265, 650 for a 22 Newmar product.
Yeah, and it feels like a coach with only 16,000 miles. I'm a big fan of these floors. They kind of have a little bit of a gloss, but also like a matte as well. So a little bit of the reflective properties, but I don't think your dog would slip around as much on these tiles as some of the other high gloss tiles. And I
just love the clean look of just with the full wall slide going all the way through, and then when you have this finish on this light wood matched to this stainless, it just gives it that very clean look in this coach.
Nice and warm, not too contemporary. On the slide room face here, you're pointing on that. I love the way Newmar does this. You have that mirror behind it, which would be hard to clean back there, but check this out. This actually just pops off. Boom. Now you can clean that mirror real easily, pop that right back on. Just very well thought out. They've been building motorhomes for over 50 years, so there's just lots of little stuff that they have to think about. And then bringing in Winnebago as a parent company in 2018, Winnebago gave them a lot of resources to really grow, but they didn't really mess with that quality. We've been to the Newmar factory in Napanee, Indiana. We did a factory tour there, just a super impressive operation. I got my Newmar Country Club hat on today. We were at the Country Club rally where we got to interview all kinds of different Newmar owners. We'll leave that video in the description below. Just hearing a bunch of Newmar owners just talk about their experience. I get fired up about the Newmar product, and then a 22 at this price point, man.
Absolutely, and you mentioned Winnebago. We're going to see Winnebago later on. Very quality made coaches, and you're going to see a lot of coaches bath and a half low mileage, and you're going to see a couple of those later on in the video as well.
Yeah, some screaming deals on those too. Now, this is a bath and a half Ventana. Now, again, it's not going to have that vent cover that matches the cabinets, but still we're bringing that cost down. But still, like the bowl sink in here is a very high-end feel to it. Good size half bathroom here. It's going to have this swiveling door, so when the slide rooms come in, you can easily get into your half bathroom And then you still have an RV king size bed.
And for that bed to be flat like that, to still be able to walk in, I mean, I'm a pretty wide sized guy. And like, I mean, to be able to walk through here and walk all the way to the back bathroom like this, I mean, it's just got all the room you could possibly want in a coach.
Now, this being a 22 Ventana, to keep that cost down, but still that Newmar quality, we don't have that cathedral ceiling like we saw in that New Air and some of the other high-end Newmar product, but still, we've got the double vanity sinks. We've got the large closets along the back of the coach here. Does have a washer and dryer right here, huge shower with the teak seat, and then it still has that emergency egress door, you know, super important option for me just for safety, but also easy access to your rear closet if you want to load stuff in the coach through this. 22 with only, you said 18,000 miles on it?
16,000 miles.
16,000 miles. Yeah, this is a great opportunity for someone, but I think Jared's got some more affordable coaches as well for us to see. Let's see what else he's got here. Now, this is a coach I get excited about. This is a floor plan we've never seen on the channel, the Newmar Dutch Star 4312. What's the story on this coach?
So, like you said, I've been doing this 20 years. This is the first one I have ever gotten. I'm really excited. I know you like to see rare things. This is about as rare as it gets in this coach.
Well, and I think some of you families out there are gonna really like this floor plan better than any bunk coach out there. What's the year? A Newmar Dutch Star 4312.
This is a 16 Dutch Star 4312 with 15,000 miles on the coach, and we are asking $225,500 for the coach.
Only 16,000
Only
miles.
16,000 miles.
Newmar Dutch Star bunk coach under, what you said, 220?
$225,500.
$225,500. Man,
Yeah.
I gotta double check these prices. It's
and with all these single miles that we're talking about too, with 15,000 miles on this coach.
Let's take a look inside here.
Yeah. Now, as you can see, this coach isn't 100% ready to go, but again, by the time this video comes out, it'll be ready. As you can see, new leather in this coach right here. We're fixing this right here on this coach. We're gonna have all new leather seats in this unit, floor, all the lights. Really, really nice coach. And again, I can't wait to show you all the back, but as you can see, very, very nice unit.
Yeah, 4312 floor plan. The first time we've seen this. So the front of the coach reminds me of a lot of the other Newmar floor plans with the opposing sofa. You've got a pretty decent sized galley here, that cool indirect lighting in the slide room face there. Nice sized dinette. Now this will extend out, and then you've got some extra dinette chairs, and then the split galley with a refrigerator on this side. Now it is a bath and a half coach, so we have our half bathroom here with that swiveling door, and then this being a triple full wall slide, we have a very wide entryway here through the middle of the coach. And coming to the rear of the coach, this is where it starts to get a little bit different. Now we do have a queen size bed, so you are going to want to snuggle up close to your honey in this one. Again, that indirect lighting on the slide room face is just one of those really high-end touches that Newmar does, like the center ducted AC. We've got no carpet on the slide room here, so that same tile floor flows into the slide rooms. This does have heated tile floors as well, so a lot of really nice options. Now coming to this part of the coach, I don't think we've ever seen something like this on the channel. We've got two doors here, so door number 1 and door number 2. We're gonna go behind door number 2 first, because this is a bunk floor plan with some pretty good sized bunks. And I'll try this out for size here, guys. I'm 6'2", and I mean, I could probably catch a nap back here. I couldn't, sprawl out all of the way, but, really nice for families. And I know, a lot of you fathers out there are very protective of your kids and want to have your kids in the back of the coach. So, God forbid, somehow someone came in that front door of the coach, you're there in front of your family, and then you've got this second bathroom back here, and actually a huge rear bathroom with an emergency egress, a great safety option. You've got washer and dryer tucked here in the corner of your bathroom. Yeah, really good size shower here with the teak seat, with a skylight, nice size sink here, cool backsplash, and then yeah, a second privacy door. So if you did want to section off the rear, bunk area, you've got several different options here. Really cool floor plan. Yeah. This is the first. And have you even seen one of these in a different coach?
No, this is the first time I've ever seen this floor plan. And like I said, for young families and anybody with kids, I think this is a great unit to have.
Well, and also, when your kids are staying in the coach, they may have toys, or, they may they're not quite as neat and clean. So sometimes they have the kids, I have that kind of all their stuff tucked into the back of the coach. If you're entertaining and you've got guests.
Keep it clean in the front and kind of like a playroom of the house. That's all your area, and this all there's all cleaned up here at front, which makes it really nice. That's a great point.
I got to make sure we're getting this money right, because we're going over a lot of numbers here.
I know it's hard to believe. $225, $500, and again, this coach will be brand new with new seats and everything. And I'm glad you kind of get to see what we do with these coaches and how we, bring them up to par to make them really, really nice. So this coach will be ready to go here in a couple days, and it's going to be a nice coach for somebody.
Yes, sir. And I think this is safe to say this is a record low price on a bunk model Newmar Dodge Star.
On a coach that me and you hardly have ever seen, and I've never seen personally myself.
Yeah, great opportunity for someone. I know I want to show there's a coach under 100 grand I'm looking forward to seeing. Let's see what else you got here.
Let's go.
Before we see that coach under 100 grand, this looks like a brand new Tiffin Red here. What's the story on this coach?
So it is. It's a 2024 Tiffin Red, 37 BA, bath and a half with 8,000 miles, and the asking price on this is $265,850.
$265,850 for a 2024
almost brand new coach.
And a beautiful interior on this coach. It's got the drop down bunk up front.
Optional on that, which is really nice.
Yeah, very updated modern design in the interior of this coach. I think that's on your website and on RV Trader.
And on RV Trader. And again, we'll have the link at the end of this so you can see some of these coaches on our RV Trader link so you can get a little bit better in-depth photos of these coaches.
Yeah, and I know you guys aren't able to photograph all your coaches. You have so many coaches coming and going, but if someone has a specific coach they're looking for, can they reach out to you guys and kind of get on your radar?
Yeah, absolutely. People are doing that. And again, we'll have a number listed below on this video here, but give us a call because more than likely, as many coaches we go through, either we have it coming in or we can find it very quickly for you guys.
All right, I know you got something under 100 grand around here.
Yes, I can't wait to show this coach right here. It's a 16 coach and a sports coach, and wait till you see how well taken care of. For under 100 grand, it's a steal. And it is in our detail bay right now, about to go through the full buff, the full process right here, but this is the coach right here. This is a lot of bang for your buck. If someone's looking for their first diesel coach, look at the colors on this. I get fired up about this. For under 100 grand, this is someone's coach right here. So it's a 16 Coachman Sport Coach, 404 RB with 50,000 miles, and we're asking $99,999 for this coach.
Under 50,000 miles for a diesel pusher bunk motorhome, under 100 grand, and you can help folks get financing on this as well. Yeah, I bet you got real low payments, pretty low money out of pocket on something like this.
Yeah, to be able to get in something like this, I mean, you can step up. Some people don't imagine you can get a diesel coach for 100,000. People say, oh, I got to get the gas or Class C. This is your opportunity to buy a Class A diesel for $100,000.
Yeah, now the slide rooms are in right now. I don't want to interfere with your detail, guys. Can we run these slide rooms out and take a look inside? Not only do you have some crazy deals here, but you've got some of the coolest coaches we've ever seen. That last Newmar Dutch Star was super cool, but I don't think I've ever seen this in a motorhome here. This is actually a bunk coach, and the bunk is in the salon here. You'd never know.
No, bunk coach, bath and a half, and again for under $100,000.
And lots of cool touches. I love these diamond stitching pattern here on the front seats with the two-tone. But for practicality, I'm a big fan of like Murphy bed floor plan stowaway, so you have versatile use of space. And check this, guys, out. You're going to be out playing in the daytime. You put the bed away, but when it's time to call it a night, you bring your bunks down right here so the kids have a spot. And this is so long that you could really have two children sleeping here, it looks
with
like.
The net up for safety right here. And what's nice is it doesn't take up the whole coach with these bunks. When you're done with them, you put it right back up and you have the whole coach ready to go again.
Yeah, almost like a Murphy bed. Really versatile. Now, up front here, this is, kind of a fixed tailgating kind of a setup here with a little wine cooler down here. You've got some good drawer space, which, if you've got the kids in the bunks, they're going to need somewhere to put their stuff. So, nice to have all of this storage up front here. And then you've got a TV on a televator.
That way when they're laying down, you're trying to get them to finally rest and calm at night, you can look right into the TV and kind of have that nice space. Shut that off and you have your own area as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So bath and a half coach, under 100 grand. This is a rare opportunity, and I like the flow of this sports coach. It's got a little bit of a different flow than some of the other coaches we've seen. Good size half bathroom right here. We do have the vent with the fan going right now. You have another window that you can open up and vent that out if you want to get a little bit of fresh air in here. Looks like some pretty good storage pantry space. A little bit narrow there, but they're utilizing every little nook and cranny here. And looks like you still have an RV king size bed. So usually in the bunk coaches, you're gonna get confined to a queen size bed. But then we have a small step up here. This is actually a really large rear bath. I'm impressed. I wasn't expecting this to be this big of a coach. We've got our washer and dryer back here. Good size corner sink. Man, this is a great machine for under 100 grand. Diesel pusher motorhome, great opportunity for somebody. And being a 2016, still less than 10 years old, so still some pretty good financing options on
Absolutely, we
this.
can still finance this coach, and again, we will take your trade, whatever we can do to put you in this coach. We're gonna make a dream reality for somebody for this coach.
You know, down payment money, what's typical on a coach like this? We talked a little bit earlier that you're giving these wholesale deals, so the banks are a little bit eager, but say someone's, 800 credit score. I know in RV financing, a lot of times it helps a lot if you're a homeowner, if you have that home residence, that stability, banks like that. But roughly, what kind of a down payment if someone's, A-tier credit, homeowner?
But we're seeing them as low as even on some of the more expensive coaches. We've done some of the deals lately with $5,000 to $10,000 down.
Wow. Well, it doesn't hurt to ask. And do you have
we have a whole finance team. Again, give us a call, do a credit app, whatever we can do to put you in a coach. We can do anything to help you out.
And I know these coaches, your inventory turns over so quickly that I would recommend that folks get in touch with your finance team to get pre-approved so that one of these deals comes through here like this, they're locked and loaded.
This actually, we sold it to another dealer. Customer missed the opportunity. I said, go ahead and fill it out. We'll find you one soon. 3 days later, we found the same floor plan, different color that they liked a little bit more. 3 days later, they went home with the coach.
Okay, yeah, you're touching a lot of coaches, so if they do miss this one, it's only a matter of time you'll have something similar, but under 100 grand, it's gonna be hard to find something like this.
And like you said, we're getting coached all the time. I walked outside for 3 seconds. I got 2 more Tiffin buses coming, 45 OPPs and a 45 OP coming in right now.
You like those Allegro buses.
I like anything that's just nice.
Another floor plan I've never seen before.
Yes.
I thought I had seen it all, but I think I've seen at least 3 coaches today, floor plans we've never shown on the channel before.
Yeah, we got to show you something different.
Yes, sir. Now, what's the story on this Winnebago?
So this is a 15 Winnebago Journey. It's a 40R, bath and a half with 33,000 miles. And again, very budget friendly, 128.8 for this coach.
For a diesel coach, and I think you guys are gonna like this floor plan. This is a rare front kitchen floor plan. These captain's chairs are in excellent condition. I love the Journey embroidery here, super clean, but this is rare to have the front split galley. And what I like about this is when you're coming in, you're outside, usually you're coming to get something from your refrigerator, so you can come right in, but really kind of a sectioned off coach here.
Which is very nice right here, but look how big this kitchen right here makes it with that slider here. Very, very big. And you can still be right here, talking to your guests, watching TV, everything you want, or like you said, walk in and grab something and go.
What I like about this too is having that midship TV. A lot of times when you're driving a motorhome all day, when you come back in your coach at the end of the day, sit down, grab a drink, turn on the TV, you don't want to be looking at your steering wheel. So those overhead TVs, sometimes you're looking at that same windshield you've been looking at all day. You come back here, you sit down, relax. You feel like you're in much more of a residential feel. We do have these nice ottomans right here that you can kind of swing around. You can use those for storage. You could pop that over, use it as a coffee table. Very versatile. Real nice color combination with the cream colors.
Yeah, I love the detail on the couches right here. And again, this slides out. You have your big L-shaped couch right there. Plenty of seating for everybody in this coach.
Yeah, and like you said, the little details, like even though this is a Winnebago, you've got that studded face on the armrest of the couch, and then the frame of this mirror, this has a higher end look, like something we'd see in the more higher end coaches.
Yeah, for 2015, you can definitely tell, but I'd always look at your carpet. Your carpet is your wear and tear, and you can definitely tell someone take really good care of this coach.
And a bath and a half coach too. It's wild to see these bath and a half diesel pushers getting into this price range. For the longest time, you couldn't touch a bath and a half diesel pusher in the hundreds.
It's great. Like I said, this is a great first-time diesel for somebody that's just tiptoeing in. It's just a great value to get in a coach like this.
Yes, sir. And then here, this is something a little different with the floating sink right here. Kind of a cool look. You can vent this window out as well. Then it's got that RV king-size bed, and I've got to show this. Even the sliding door has that frosted glass inlay. That's something that you're not going to see in lower-end coaches. A lot of higher-end touches Winnebago did in the Journey. I've been a big fan of Winnebago for a long time. My parents actually owned several Winnebago products, and I even full-timed in a 2016 gas Winnebago for a while at one point, and that was a great little coach. You've got this rear bathroom here with an emergency escape window, a decent sized shower here with a skylight. I'll give you guys a shower test here. I do have my shoes on, but I'm 6'2", I can stand up fully in this shower. I do have to, duck down a little bit here, but great entry-level diesel pusher here. Did I hear you right? 2020 tag axle diesel pusher under 200 grand?
Exactly right. It's got 13,000 miles. Wholesale book on this coach is $211. We are going to sell this for $199, $900.
Below wholesale book.
Below wholesale.
2020 Thor Venetian, what's the floor plan?
This is a 42F bath and a half.
I think people are going to really like the interior look of this. This is a great looking coach here.
Yes.
What's the story with this coach?
So we thought we had this coach sold. They are pre-approved for 125, 130. We get creative with our financing here to usually make it happen, but unfortunately we couldn't get the customer approved for this coach. So we ended up getting a customer a coach that they could get into, but in the meantime, I missed the sale with this coach. So we're going to drop this coach, like I said, to $199.9. We're going to blow it out. It's going to be a heck of a deal for somebody, because look at all you get with this coach.
Yeah, and you can get creative on financing, but I have to remind folks that getting financing on a motorhome is going to be much more difficult than a vehicle, like a normal car loan. You can walk into a dealership. Usually when you start to get into, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and technically if someone wanted to drive off into the sunset with something like this and full time in it, the bank would have no recourse. So they want to really make sure you dot your I's and cross your T's. Home ownership helps a lot, in getting financing. So definitely worth getting a hold of your finance department, get pre-approved, before you get too excited about a coach. Because the payments may be real. You do a 20-year loan on something like this, 10% down on 200 grand. I think people would be surprised at how low the payments are.
Especially but the banks, really like dealing with us because we're selling it at such below value that a lot of banks, they just go off the retail number. So when you're dealing with values like what we're doing, the banks are eager to approve you a little bit better because you're getting so much more for your coach to value the loan.
One of the things that really irks me about some of these RV dealers, you're in the middle of all these big box stores, is they throw some crazy, silly fees on top of that selling price. What other fees on top of that $200,000 can someone expect here at RV Select?
No, that's a great question, because you see a lot of these dealers that have dock fees, prep fees. I mean, some of these big dealers, you think you're getting a halfway decent deal, and then it's almost $5 grand for a dealer fee. The only fee we have is we have a $5.99 fee when you buy the coach, and that just helps us with the paperwork and your tag and all the it goes towards all the processing fees that we have to do.
So is that your dock fee then, the $5.99, or do you have a dock fee?
It's just a straight dealer fee of $5.99. That's the only fee we have.
So no prep fees.
No fee. The only thing you have is the price of the coach, your sales tax, and your $5.99.
Hey, I can appreciate that.
We make it simple around here.
Yeah, a lot of dealerships are playing games.
Yeah. No, we want to make sure, listen, you're getting the best bang for your buck. All there is that $5.99. Pay your taxes, put the tag on, and drive away. And we make it the right coach for you.
Yeah, nothing worse than thinking you got a deal done and then going into that finance office and they want to squeeze you for another $5,000 or something.
Absolutely. Then fill your tag, this and that, and all of a sudden you see the drop fees, and that's another 15, 20 grand. You're like, holy cow. Now we just make it simple, plain and day, old school. Hey, you bought this coach for this, $5.99 fee, and you're done.
Yeah, these big box RV dealers are notorious for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
we make it simple.
Yeah, well, now coming back to this Thor Tuscany here, I love the design here, but something up front that I get excited about, we've got that drop-down Euroloft bunk, but check out this. This reminds me of like a Tesla here. This huge screen here is super user-friendly. You've got your navigation, real simple ergonomic cockpit on the Freightliner chassis.
Okay, so this has got the 400 horsepower, and like we were talking about before we walked in this coach, with so much value, I know Thor sometimes gets that bad rep, but for what they're doing in their diesel coaches, they are putting some high-end stuff that you have to pay another $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 for a Newmar or a Tiffin product. I mean, you got a lot of qualities in this coach for the value for your money.
Under 200 grand with these modern finishes is going to be hard to find. Now we have this extension out right now, which is nice the way it sections off the salon from the galley. And I like the positioning of the booth seating over here. Usually your patio side is going to be on this side, so we've got no overhead cabinets, so that large view out of the front window. It is a bath and a half coach, and this is going to have the touch panels and then the hardwired light switches as well, so you've got both options. Nice size half bathroom. I like the flow of it with extra countertop space, a little extra countertop space behind your toilet, an emergency egress window here. You've got a washer and dryer here in your rear suite, a king size bed that does fold up, a ceiling fan in your bedroom. You've got fixed TV a nice large mirror here with some good closet space behind that. And then here we have a small step up. We've got a ton of countertop space with the double sinks, a very large, a lot of floor space here in your rear bathroom, and then a decent sized shower with a skylight, so you have some extra headroom. I've got plenty of room in here. This is a very modern tag axle diesel pusher for under 200 grand. This might even be a record at like the newest, nicest coach I've seen at this price point with a tag axle. Now here's another bunk model diesel pusher at a crazy price point. What's the story with this coach?
So this is an 18 Berkshire. It's the 38A with 17,000 miles for $118,800.
Under 120
under
grand?
$120,000 for a nice diesel coach with under 20,000 miles.
Man, that's a great opportunity. I don't know if we've ever been seeing diesel pusher bunk coaches at this price range. And another totally cool, different floor plan with the refrigerator towards the front of the coach. Very rare.
Yep, full kitchen right here on this side right here. And then you got your booth, your seating, another bunk, bath and a half coach.
Yeah, very well thought out. You know, typically your view's going to be on your patio side, so I like the positioning of the booth and the sofa, but really large galley here that kind of takes up this whole side of this salon here, but it gives it a nice feel having the TV here. Now I'm curious here. I see this little latch right here. Looks like it's almost a hidden compartment, not quite hidden, but nice deep storage in your galley behind your TV. You've got a fireplace down there.
Love how that's turned in just a little bit so you can still sit on your couch or the booth right here and still be able to watch TV.
Yeah, then a bunk diesel pusher. And what did you say the money is on this coach again?
This right here is 17,000 miles for $118,800.
Man, you've got some really affordable coaches here.
This is the kind of time you're seeing people is trading up, and this would be a great time with some of the units you're seeing with me right now. But the coaches that we've seen the last couple, this would be a great time for someone to get in their first diesel coach coming down here for a couple months and be able to get, be an affordable coach for them.
Well, and if someone's coming out of a fifth wheel or a travel trailer, you could put money, top dollar on all those trades.
Absolutely, to get them out of their trade and get them in their first coach.
Yes, sir. And then we've got a convertible bunk here. I really like this. So if it's a couple that wants to use this coach and just have this huge middle closet, you can pivot that top bunk back. And now if you have one guest here, they have a lot more headroom in their bunk area, or you just have this huge closet in the middle of the coach. A lot of the couples out there like this style because you might bring the grandkids with you in the summertime for a few trips, but if you're hanging out in Florida for the winter, you've got this large closet, large storage area, and then bath and a half coach here. So real simple, vent with a fan here, simple hardwired lighting switches. So not quite as many bells and whistles as we see in some of the more expensive coaches, but also less stuff that can break. But it still has, a touch panel here in the middle of the coach where we can run the slide rooms, lightings, climate control. Still a lot of nice features. And then queen size bed, nice cozy bedroom with a Samsung TV. You've got closet space on both sides of your TV, and then a small step up into the rear bathroom back here where we have a washer and dryer, does have a Tecma toilet, good size shower. I have a little, the glass is so clean. Sorry. Yeah, and a good size shower, and I've got to compliment how clean this glass is. I just walked into this because I literally didn't realize it was closed. No water spots at all. And what I really like about this is when I open this door, I can walk. I don't have to duck underneath anything. Some of the other coaches, the frame comes here, so I got to kind of duck my head coming into the shower. But here I've got the skylight and plenty of room in the shower. A little bit tight, but hey, at this price point, this is a great opportunity for someone.
All right, guys, we just had a new opportunity come available. We just had another unit financing didn't come through, so this coach is back available right here. It's a 2020 Tiffin Bus, 45 OPP, very popular floor plan, bath and a half with 39,000 miles. And this coach, we are going to sell under $300,000, $299,750. A lot of bang for your buck for this much coach. Can't wait for y'all guys to check it out. We have it online. Look at it now. Great unit.
This is a great looking Dutch Star. I love that red, white, and black paint scheme. You don't see too many like this. And this doesn't have the higher roof rail, so this is a little bit older than some of the coaches we've seen today. Yeah,
you're right. This is a 2012 that we just got in. It's a 4353 with 36,000 miles, and we're asking 143.4.
143.4 for a Newmar Dutch Star. awesome opportunity for someone. And you also have some other more affordable coaches here as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we can only, in such a short video, we can only show so many coaches. But again, like I said, if you're looking for that Class C, if you're looking for that Class A gas, you know, we have it here. We have so many more coaches coming in. So again, if you're in the market, please give us a call and give us the opportunity to find your next coach.
Yeah, we appreciate the opportunity. We're gonna leave your inventory here for a few seconds and play a little music. You know, keep an eye on RV Select's social media, on their website. A lot of the stuff never gets posted. So, you know, as Jared mentioned, if you have that specific coach you're looking for, definitely worth reaching out to these guys.
Yeah, give us a call. We'll help you any way we can. We really appreciate y'all guys checking us out.
Awesome, Jared. Well, we'll leave your information in the description below. If someone's a serious and qualified buyer, or they want to, you know, have you check their financing to get qualified, what's the best steps to take?
Absolutely. Give us a call here at our office. The numbers are going to be below. Talk to a member of my staff, and we'll get you with the finance team, the sales team, and help you any way we can.
Awesome, Jared. Well, thank you for the opportunity, sir.
Yeah, thank y'all guys, and we look forward to earning your business.
And we appreciate all of you sharing and liking, and hope you're all having a great day. Thanks again.
For under 100 grand, this is someone's coach right here. 265, 650 is wholesale book, and that's what we're selling this coach for.
This is a floor plan we've never seen on the channel.
First time diesel, or you're looking for that second, third, $300,000, we have you covered. We price these things ready to sell, and we want this coach to go to a good home.